I'd like to start this off by saying, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I know it's been a couple days, but part of me still feels weirdly kind of raw. Honestly, I never cared that much for sports. I only occasionally watch the World Cup or Wimbledon or the Olympics, and mainly the tennis for my guy Roger Federer. He's amazing. Uh, you might be wondering what exactly Kobe Bryant and YouTube has to do with the movie Magnolia. And honestly, not too much in common, but if you're still watching, it's because Kobe Bryant was in one of the first videos that I ever watched on YouTube. And with that, let's cue the intro. My name is Siddu, and welcome to the screening room.
Drop just Facebook. It's clear. Shit.
Actually, you know what? The actually sounds better, not just screening room. That's kind of lame. Okay, actually, let's cue the intro now. My name is Siddu, and welcome to the screening room. Published almost 12 years ago now, this was one of the first videos that I ever watched on YouTube, and to this day, it holds up. It's still amazing. Kobe Bryant has some, good quotes. I'm not going to try and turn this into any kind of a tribute or anything like that. It's just not me. His videos, though, being one of the first I've ever seen on YouTube, got me thinking about how much time I actually spend as a consumer of content. Especially when I've been wanting to adopt more of a producer role on YouTube. Something's kind of been holding me back. And I keep going back to this question of why do we watch things? And honestly, I watched Kobe because there's something novel in watching a grown man acting kind of like a child and vaulting over a speeding car. Honestly, I would have gone to see Uncut Gems right after seeing Good Time because I truly felt like the Safdie brothers are a new voice in all the studio mishmash of Hollywood, and that's something in that specifically that I deliriously just want to support. Also, if it was just like another random person, another unknown actor in this gritty crime thriller, I probably would have waited, passed on it until like it was available to rent. But then Adam Sandler, the guy from Grown Ups and You Don't Mess with the Zohan and Jack and Jill, sign me the up. Honestly, this is something I want to see. Like Cowboys and Aliens, or wait, what? It's directed by Jon Favreau. Anyways, he's made quite a bit of movies. Quite a few movies. Anyways, it's something that sounds like so wild that I would have to be stupid to miss out on it. Novelty in and of itself is kind of great, but novelty when it's executed well, now that is a thing of beauty. I'm feeling myself getting a little sidetracked at the moment, so let's start to circle back towards the movie Magnolia. So, in order to talk about this movie, we need to travel to the past. And at the time of this recording, 20 years in the past, just about, to 1999, the year I was born. Now, this movie came out when I was probably 6 months old when this movie came out. The last year of the previous millennium, and with all that in mind, it's actually crazy how much things haven't changed in 20 years. A Star Wars movie came out that divided the fandom, Menace. Sam Mendes made an awesome movie that won Best Picture and Best Director. And I know a lot of you will probably pass on this movie because a certain Mr. Kevin Spacey is involved, but I strongly encourage you to reconsider because he won Best Actor for this movie, and honestly, he's brilliant in the movie. Okay, but you could also say, with everything that's come up in the news, that maybe it doesn't age that well because it's literally about Kevin Spacey going after a minor who happens to be his daughter's best friend. So if you really think about it, Kevin might not have been acting. You know, all that aside, though, I really do think that separating art from the artist works because all of our experiences with art are subjective. And the more people, and way more people worked on American Beauty than just Kevin Spacey. Frankly, it would be a disservice to the crew and rest of the cast if people just dismiss their work because of what someone else did or may have done, even if he was the lead in the movie. 1999 also gave us Bruce Willis being dead the whole time. A Toy Story sequel, Keanu Reeves beating everybody on their limbo game. Oh wait, never mind, he lost. And for Brendan Fraser yelling at a 3,000-year-old homewrecker. Come on, man, didn't anyone teach you to respect your elders? Also, shameless plug here, The Mummy from 1999 is the best knockoff Indiana Jones you'll get, directed by a Stephen, but not by the Stephen himself. At this point, I'd like to take a moment to apologize to anyone who clicked on this video hoping to learn something about the movie Magnolia. I hope you enjoyed the little movie trivia history thing. But now, without further ado, let's... Crap. Magnolia. Where do I even begin? Okay, for starters, this movie is an epic. Damn it, I've already called it an epic. Okay, where do I go from here? How do I describe this movie? Okay, it creates such a feeling within me that makes me want to use the word indescribable, even though I absolutely hate that word because it's one of those words that breaks your brain because it's something that cannot be described, but in doing so, you are describing it, right? I don't know. The movie has a stacked cast, with Tom Cruise in his Golden Globe-winning Mission Impossible 2 long hair days, right off of making Stanley Kubrick's final film, Eyes Wide Shut, as Frank, TJ... You know what? I'll just let them introduce themselves.
I'm Stanley Spector.
I'm Frank T.J. Mackey.
I'm Jimmy Gator.
I'm Phil Parma.
I'm Dixon.
I'm Prisca Dunny Smith.
I'm Linda Partridge.
I'm Earl Partridge.
I'm Officer Jim Curring.
I'm Claudia Wilson Gator.
These strange things happen all the time.
So as you can tell, this movie has a stacked cast, and the movie is so ambitious because right from its clever opening, which it messes with your head, with almost breaking the fourth wall because they never address the audience directly, but the dialogue for the narrator is so intimate that it almost feels like they're talking directly to you on your couch. And from the opening voiceover, the movie sinks its hooks into you and wastes absolutely no time. The opening is so tedious or strenuous, or it's just so jam-packed and it's so efficient. It wastes literally no time, and the movie is 188 minutes long. It's a testament to Paul Thomas Anderson's master writing and directing that the movie doesn't drag at all. And honestly, it's because it just does not have time to waste on unimportant things. Everything that happens is important towards the story because it follows over 9 main characters and a slurry of supporting characters. With any lesser qualified director, this movie would have buckled under the weight of these characters. But Paul Thomas Anderson just manages to give every character weight to their story, and masterfully, he weaves this intricate web that connects everyone's lives together. It's honestly a lot to take in on the first viewing, and this is definitely the type of movie that rewards repeat viewing, and it's simply a delight to watch, because nothing in this movie feels fabricated, maybe for this third act surprise. It thrusts you into this world in the San Fernando Valley where verisimilitude is just never broken. You follow this diverse cast of, well, actually, they're kind of just a bunch of white people, but, each of their lives are so different and interesting, yet they all share the basic human desires to do good, try to fix their past mistakes. And that's where the movie gets pretty deep. The book, the line goes, "The book says that we may be through with the past, but the past ain't through with us."
You with me, Jimmy?
And the book says we may be through with the past, but the past ain't through with us.
We met upon the level and we're parting on the split.
I'm not fucking asleep, Bert.
And 5, 4, 3, 2. Live from Burbank, California.
Characters try to find love, deal with family issues, and after my 6th time watching this movie, I think a lot of the conflict in the movie actually stems from adultery, but in the case of 2 of the main characters, and their subsequent effects on their family. But the brilliance of Magnolia definitely shines in its third act when, through some act of God, frogs start raining from the sky. Doing some quick research, this sort of thing has in fact happened before, but only recorded a few times in human history. But the brilliant part has to be how this movie acknowledges the disorderly and uncontrollable nature of life, while seeming to piece together this epic narrative connecting a myriad of characters. Yes, everyone's story is connected, but not exactly how you might think. So when its boldest choices come to surface way late in the game, you're so invested in these characters that you just have to go along with Paul Thomas Anderson's answer, which almost beckons you to just shut up and enjoy the movie. Stop trying to just call every ending before it happens. Now, a couple things. The soundtrack, completely written and performed by Amy Mann, save for a few instrumentals by John Bryan. And if you're even a kind of fan of simple acoustic guitar, you will just fall in love with this soundtrack. I still listen to the songs from this movie time to time. One, Save Me, Deathly, and Wise Up. There's actually an entire extended sequence where each main character sings the song Wise Up. It's amazing. These songs should find their way onto your playlists ASAP. And as if things couldn't get any better, Amy Mann was actually out of work when she wrote this song, Deathly, which is the song that plays during the credits. And the opening lyrics of that song actually made it into the film. And they go, "Now that I've met you, would you object to never seeing me again?" And to this day, I have yet to hear something that just gets me in my feels more than those words. You can just feel the pain in those words without even hearing anything else. In fact, Paul Thomas Anderson was so moved by those words that he immediately sat down and started writing the script for the movie backwards from when the line appears, which is somewhere in the third act. And okay, alright, that's it. I'm done. I think I've given you enough of a taste of this movie to go and experience it on your own. And after having seen it, I do recommend watching Roger Ebert's review of it, and I'll actually leave it linked in the video description. Also, this video took me a lot of time to research and edit, but it was a labor of love because I like storytelling in this format, and I do think this movie is criminally underrated. And as long as I have a voice, I'm going to try and shed some light on something that an average moviegoer has probably not seen. Also, If you have Netflix or access to a Netflix account, it's almost like seeing a McDonald's or a Tim Hortons in Canada. Magnolia is available to stream, so just go watch it. As always, any and all feedback is greatly appreciated. I'm your host, Siddu, and thanks for joining me in the screening room.